Thank you, Minister, for finally bringing some common sense. Thank you to David Parker for bringing up stock exclusion. I find it a fascinating subject. I'm interested, Minister Parker, or former Minister Parker, you brought up the Kaipara. You're also a minister that spoke at nauseam, at length, about sedimentation in the Kaipara and then increased its snapper fishery because the health of the snapper fishery was so good up there. So I find your remarks at odd with what is actually going on. But let's employ some common sense, sir. Let's actually employ some common sense. Talk about fencing setbacks. Now, former Minister Damien O'Connor and I have spoken about this as part of the Freshwater Accord. Freshwater Accord, let's talk about that. Fencing setbacks, 5 metres. 5 metres. Practically, I ask this House, if you're a farmer with a tributary drain stream canal that drains into the Kaipara with formation, so let's talk about the Kaipara. How do you practically clean that? What boom size do you have, sir? Because there isn't a boom long enough to reach it. So, sir, you are talking about a nonsense.
Through the chair, please, Mr Cameron.
Absolutely, Mr Chair. Mr Chair, the former Minister for the Environment is not practically employing any common sense. There isn't a boom long enough to clean a canal that borders a buffer zone or a fencing setback area. That's why former Minister David Parker got it wrong and Damien O'Connor got it right. Practically, it was a nonsense. We had a flooding event, sir, because of your earlier assertions. Practically, it didn't work. Another point, Roundwood. I was formerly a fencing contractor. I find it comedic, this gentleman's just saying move all this fencing. Roundwood, per post, $12, $14 per each. To do anything in real time, not sort of offer sermons, Minister Parker, actual practical change costs us tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. And, sir, you come into this House and you offer priestly sermons about what we should do in rural New Zealand. We're doing it because we don't want our livestock falling in canals or rivers or drains and drowning. They're exceedingly expensive. So why on earth, and maybe the Minister for the Environment can elucidate and illuminate this a little bit better for you, sir, would we not want to do that anyway? We want to ameliorate the concerns about losing our livestock. That's why we fence the waterways off and by virtue improve environmental outcomes. Everything you said, sir, is something
Through
of
the
a
chair,
factoid
please, Mr Cameron.
nonsense. Coming back to fencing setbacks, sir, practically, I believe Damien O'Connor got it right when he suggested you make some adjustments to that. We're already investing an inordinate amount of money to improve our environment and to protect our animals. We don't need to be lectured when it doesn't work, because it didn't work, sir. And one final remark. I heard you talk about, in the second reading speech, sir, about how we should plough a field to alleviate sediment loss. I said this in my speech, and maybe the Minister can enlighten you further. We spend millions of dollars often on mortgages. Why on earth would we cultivate in such a way that we would inherently see sediment loss intentionally? We didn't need to be schooled by a minister that didn't do it. We try not to do it. Can you not see the correlation between causality, sir? That's why I think this minister's got it right, and I would celebrate anything that she can do to harness some practical common sense, and I thank her for it.